Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and today we're going to get into our weekend astrology horoscope for the weekend ahead of Friday, November 28th, going into Sunday, November 30th. We're at the end of November. Can you guys believe it? Oh my goodness. We got one more month left in this Gregorian year of 2025. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to feel the holiday vibes, the holiday cheer. We're in Sagittarius season. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do my freaking Beehive Amy Winehouse hair today. I'm just feeling the vibes. I'm feeling like excited, doing different things. So let me know if you guys are feeling that like positivity or excitement in the air. We got some really positive aspects for this weekend ahead. So, very excited to get into the astrology with all of you. And before we do that, please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and consider leaving a comment below in the comment section to help with the channel's growth. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. And I'm very excited that coming up next week is the 2026 astrology webinar. I'm like, for some reason, really feeling Amy Winehouse today. 2026 astrology webinar for all 12 signs. It's my annual webinar where I go live for 4 days in a row. There's going to be a 1-day break in the middle. December 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th, doing in-depth astrological forecasting for the collective and all 12 signs. So the discount code 2026, the 10% off discount code, is only in effect for 2 more days. Okay. Go to the link below, megmoonbeam.com. Sign up if you'd like to take part in the discount code. And there is unlimited replay access available. So even if you can't join in on some of the days live, no worries. You can watch the replay. And also over at the Scorpling shop, the Black Friday portal has opened. Ascend into savings of 30% off. Automatically applied at checkout over at the Scorpling shop, Sunny and I's Crystal and Astrology Boutique. We're doing Black Friday from November 28th to December 2nd. So everything site-wide is 30% off. Very, very exciting. All the Christies, all the crystal jewelry, our cosmic alignment astro calendars, everything, everything, everything. You can go check that out there. And we're happy to share that on the Scorpling shop. We have our astrological crystal kits back in stock. They make really nice stocking stuffers. Okay, that's a tongue twister for Mercury retrograde. Stocking stuffers, gifts guided by the stars. So you can give the gift of astrological crystal kits available at the Scorpling shop, 30% off from now until December 2nd. Lots of cool stuff going on. So, okay, as we go into this weekend, I'm liking the energy of this weekend. And yesterday I filmed my December astrology forecast for the collective and all 12 signs. That's over on my YouTube and Rumble channels. And I always put a lot of work into that. So if you want to go check that out and get your sun, moon, rising forecast for December, go check that out. That's one of the latest videos, Cosmic December Portal. And it's really, as we step into this month of December, after this weekend on Monday, 3i Atlas is coming into closest proximity to Earth. That'll be on the day of a new moon in Sagittarius on December 19th. I'm going to do a whole separate video all about that. We got solstice coming up. We got all kinds of beautiful aspects, Sagittarius season, Cappy season starting at the solstice. So I talk about that in depth in my December video. But this weekend, our last weekend of November, does anybody know what's happening tomorrow that many of us are very, very excited about? Anybody in the comments know? Mercury goes direct. Thank goodness. I feel like I must sound like such a drama queen. I don't know if it's because I'm an astrologer. I don't know what the heck it is, but I feel the retrograde so freaking strong. So it's just Wonky Tonk City, okay, I just came up with that new phrase. It is Wonky Tonk City. Scheduling issues, communication breakdowns, things break down and they don't work. I'm over it. I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. So on Saturday, November 29th, Mercury goes direct in Scorpio. Very positive. We've also got very positive on Sunday, Venus trine Neptune. Ooh, this is a very positive, sexy, romantic, creative aspect. So we're going to be talking about that. And Venus, the goddess of love and the pleasures and beauties of life, enters Sagittarius on Sunday as well. We've got Moon in Pisces, Moon in Aries this weekend. So I'm liking this weekend actually. So chart that we've got up here is for today as I'm filming this video, Friday, November 28th. And we've got Sun 6 degrees of Sagittarius, Moon in Pisces conjunct. Take a look at this. The North Node. Now the Moon is in a light square to the Sun, but it's coming off from being really strong. And this is powerful. The Moon in Pisces conjunct the North Node. Tomorrow going to be making a conjunction to Granddaddy Saturn and also Neptune. This is very sensitive, dreamy, spiritual. Moon is also making an opposition to the South Node. So, you know, we have those nodes, which I always personally say from my astrological practice is the most important part of an astrology chart. Okay. It's the nodes of fate. Where have we come from? What are we letting go of in the South Node? What is in alignment? What is in the focus? What is the focus of now in the North Node? Yes, Chrissy, and Saturn just went direct too. Woohoo! And Neptune's going to go direct on December 10th. Yay! So lots of planets going direct. Whenever we have aspects to these nodes, we feel their influence even stronger. And, the nodes stay in signs for about an 18th month period. It's a long time, almost a year and a half. So with the Moon in conjunction to the North Node, this can be blessings of intuitive insights, creative gifts. It's an alignment to kind of take some time for rest, recuperation, proper sleep, spiritual or creative practices are really good when we've got the Moon in Pisces. And we may feel a little bit more tired, a little bit more dreamy as well with that Moon in Pisces. On Saturday, Moon is going to be in Pisces. Look at this, conjunct Granddaddy Saturn and Neptune. Woo, woo. So, we've been going through that Saturn-Neptune conjunction really strong within a 5-degree orb since March of this year, 2025. And we have the Moon. The Moon goes through signs every 1 to 3 days. So also we can feel that Saturn-Neptune conjunction very strong when the Moon comes into conjunction with it as it goes through the sign of Pisces quite often every few weeks. So there can be on Saturday, like with Mercury going direct, we can be getting some clarity around reality checks of maybe some illusions that have come up or lies or deceptions or things that aren't really accurate that have come up for us during this past Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius and Scorpio. And this has been a really intense Mercury retrograde because a lot of it happened mostly during Scorpio season. It was in Sagittarius, but also in Scorpio. And it's been bringing up, like drudging up a lot of really intense information, our fears, what's no longer in alignment, toxicity, shadow work, very big collective secrets being revealed as well. And it's felt like an excess of that. Let me know if you guys feel that too. It's felt like it's a little bit too much. Okay. So as we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde, Mercury going direct, on Saturday, that's right, Ford. Saturday at 12:38 p.m. Eastern, we can start to feel more clarity. We can start to feel clearer where is in alignment to put our energy for our highest good. Okay. And if there were any major decisions that you did make during the Mercury retrograde or major changes that you did make during that time, there may be some reality checks coming up around that. on Saturday. But then later in the afternoon on Saturday, Eastern time, we have the moon ingressing into Aries, which is a lot more grounded, energetic as well. And cool, we've also got the moon on Saturday before he ingresses into Aries, trine Jupiter, trine Venus, trine Mercury. So, also a part of that grand water trine that we've been going on. There is a lot of magical energy and influence afoot. And I know I've been talking about this for the past few weeks, but it continues with this grand water trine that we're having. This is a very powerful time for spiritual work, intuitive development, dream work, emotional healing, any sort of healing practices. So, can be a good weekend for that as well. And on Sunday, all day on Sunday, we have got the moon in Aries, sun in Sagittarius. Yes, the sun and the moon in fire signs. Mercury direct, Saturn direct, Neptune getting ready to go direct in 10 days. We're starting to get a pep back in our step. We can be feeling more energized, more clear. This is, I think, Sunday, a really good day to be starting something new if you want to. Day after Mercury retrograde, good to be in your physicality, motion, movement, your self authority. Okay. It's feeling very empowered and energized on Sunday. And we've also got really beautiful Venus trine Neptune. Exact. And right after Venus trines Neptune, Venus enters Sagittarius. We're going to have another planet in a fire sign. Thank God. We're getting our fire back. What's that saying from oh my God, Austin Powers, where he's talking about like getting his fire back? We're getting our mojo back. Okay. Venus moves into Sagittarius 3:13 p.m. Eastern. Yes, Tim, that's right. Mojo. The mojo is rising. The Kundalini is rising. Sun in Sag, Mars in Sag, Venus entering Sag, the moon in Aries. We've had Chiron in Aries, but Chiron's an asteroid, not one of the major planets. So it's been like up until the start of Sagittarius season on November, what was it, 21st, 22nd? We've been lacking that fire. So the fire is coming back. Vinny says, hallelujah, November has been tough. Yeah, it's felt heavy. Honestly, it's felt very, very heavy. And if there's been issues with, I'm a Scorpio, I'm going to go there. Okay. If there's been issues with sex, intimacy, libido, the energy level of those spaces, I think a lot of us can be feeling that Kundalini rising, if you will. There's a lot of markers here with many planets, in fire signs, the moon, Venus entering Sag, and this Venus trine Neptune. Venus is the planet of love and pleasure and enjoyment, and Neptune is really underrated for also having to do with romance, fairy tale romance, also like spiritual pleasure and being charmed, courtship, the excitement of dating. That can also be associated with Neptune. So, really good weekend for going on a date if you're in a relationship, re-sparking in the love life, in the sex life, also re-sparking our energy levels as well. This can be a very good weekend. I would say Sunday in particular, starting on Sunday, to get back into the gym, to get back into a physical exercise practice, get back into a creative practice, right? Get back into asserting your energy in ways that serve you. I've noticed with this past Mercury retrograde, like a lot of procrastination, things just not working out. So this is the weekend of we're getting our mojo back. The mojos are rising, as Jim Morrison says. And that Venus trine Neptune also very creative, positive for our love life, money, finances, values, self-worth, beauty, and aesthetic. So also, now that Mercury is going direct and Venus is trine Neptune, good aspect for, if you want to get any beauty treatments, you want to go do a spa day, anything like that. Gemma says, manifesting my biz cowboy. LOL. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, so I'm liking the energy. And I heard over and over again intuitively when I did my December astrology video yesterday, Spirit saying positive news, positive news, positive news, positive news. The whole time I was preparing for the video, the whole time I was filming the video, I was hearing positive news. So there's something about this Sagittarius season, particularly in the month of December, where I think the collective, we're going to be getting a lot of positive news, the energy lightening up. A lot of us also feeling like we're kind of over the whole drama news cycle, the trauma-based mind control that goes on every day. Like we're feeling more inspired that we want more fun, more play. Not that we want to poo-poo what's going on and pretend like there's nothing bad going on in the world, but it's like we need a little bit more positivity up in here. So I think there's positive news coming in, positive news in our personal lives as well. Be open to the blessings. And yeah, speaking of positive news, my fellow Canadians, this is very positive news we've gotten today. Landmark, I couldn't believe this when I saw this. I was like slapping myself. I'm like, okay, pinching myself. Is this even real? Landmark Alberta Canada Energy Agreement. This is such good news for Alberta and Canada. It has been agreed upon by the Danielle Smith government in Alberta and the federal government of Canada. No oil and gas production cap for Alberta. No net zero power regs. No 1 million plus barrel per pipeline to Asian market. Sorry, new 1 million plus barrel per pipeline to Asian markets, barrel per day. 400,000 barrel per day TMX expansion, deep water port access for oil tankers. Guys, this is amazing news. And I just want to play this short video from Danielle Smith. Amazing news, because if you're a fellow Canadian like myself, the economy of Canada is absolutely fucked up. Okay, let's just be honest. It's scary. And yes, I am going to be doing my Astrology of Canada video coming up soon. Stay tuned, my fellow Canadians. So thank God we got some good freaking news. And even though this is specific to Alberta, it's positive for all of Canada, because most of you guys probably know this, but Alberta is the money maker of Canada, right? So let's just take a little listen. Danielle Smith talking about this very good, positive news.
Today is a great day for the people of Alberta and for all of Canada. The last 10 years have been an extremely difficult time for hundreds of thousands of Albertans and their families that directly or indirectly rely on and make their living from a strong and vibrant and growing Alberta oil and gas sector. These were dark times. But in those difficult circumstances, Albertans came together, as we always do, to raise our voices and use our ingenuity to find a way to overcome the challenge. We fought and won in the courts of law. We fought and won in the court of public opinion. And we fought because we had to, because that's what Albertans do. This agreement means the end of the punitive oil and gas emissions cap so that our great energy producers can grow and thrive again. This agreement means the immediate suspension of the federal net zero power regulations in Alberta, which had placed our electrical grid at a very serious risk of failure and limited any hope of substantial investment in AI data centers and applications development. This agreement includes a clear path to the construction of an over 1 million barrel per day Indigenous co-owned bitumen pipeline to Asian markets. And this agreement also means that Alberta will be a world leader in the development and implementation of emissions reduction infrastructure.
Thank God. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
Particularly in carbon capture, utilization, and storage. This agreement with the government is just the first step in this journey. There is much more hard work to be done. Trust must be built and earned in the partnership as we move through the next steps of this process. First of all, one of the things I wanted was no export taxes or restrictions on Alberta oil and gas. Well, we got that. A complete redo of C-69. Well, there's going to be a rewrite of that bill. Emissions cap, gone. Carbon pricing stays provincial. We've got that. Clean electricity regulation scrap.
Anyways, won't play the whole thing, but have you guys ever seen the picture of how Alberta is the most resource-rich oil source in all of North America by far? Let me try to find this to show you guys. Guys, look at this. If you've never seen this picture, I've just found it. Look at how much freaking oil. Look at that. And Alberta's huge, by the way. Canada's freaking huge, by the way. This is Alberta. I can't zoom in any farther, but if you can see where my mouse is moving, pretty much all of Alberta is completely oil resource. Yeah, black gold. That's right, Tim. It's freaking nuts. So the fact that this hasn't been allowed to be fully utilized by the federal government of Canada is a joke. And so this is very positive for economy of Alberta, economy for Canada. Well, Alberta is still within Canada, if that is going to continue. And so cool, so cool. This was also good news. Some of you guys that aren't Canadian might not know this dude, but a lot of the people from the Justin Trudeau / Castro cabinet are in the Mark Carney cabinet. It's pretty much the same cabinet. Stephen Guilbeault resigns from Mark Carney's cabinet after a groundbreaking energy deal with Alberta. Guys, just look at this guy. This was the environment minister in Trudeau's cabinet. I don't know what his role was in Carney's cabinet, but bad news bears. This guy is bad news bears. I mean, I don't want to take sides, but a lot of the people on the Liberal side in Canada, they're very, very bad news. So another piece of good news, he's gone. And there's talk that a lot of the other people in Carney's cabinet will also be leaving because of this news. So we got to celebrate our wins, right, you guys? It is important. Yes, bam. And also, before we pull some cards, wanted to share as well this Mercury in Scorpio and fallout time of the new moon in Scorpio that we were still in has also brought up this interesting interview of Dr. Makari, who works directly with RFK Jr. Forgive me, you guys, because I can't remember exactly what his role is with RFK Jr., but he's working with the Health and Human Services. So he said on the PBD podcast, so this is one of the top health officials of the US. I know of 3 people who died from the COVID vax. I know of a cardiologist in South Florida here who will tell you he's seen scores of people who have come in with cardiac complications of the vaccine. Take a listen to this.
Is there anything people can do to get it out of their system today or no?
Not that I know of.
Got it. Yeah, because I'll talk to friends and they'll say, I think I have long COVID. And one guy, good friend, he's known in the space. He'll always say he's got COVID, he's got long COVID, he's got long COVID. Is long COVID tied to vaccines or is long COVID tied to actually getting COVID? Do we know yet?
We don't know. We know that there are complications, long-term complications of the infection, of the COVID infection itself. And there are some people who are vaccine injured. And we all know people. It's not a case report. It's not 1 or 2 people in the country. We all know of people. I mean, I know of 3 people, not personally, but through 1 degree of separation, who died from the COVID vaccine.
Okay. Who died from the vaccine.
Yeah. One of them was here in South Florida. Okay. I know of a cardiologist in South Florida here who will tell you he's seen scores of people who have come in with the cardiac complications of the vaccine. Scores.
Wow.
But you've not been able to speak up on this. Facebook and the White House were literally censoring true stories of vaccine complications.
Wild. Pretty cool to see high up officials saying that part out loud. Okay, let's pull some cards for our weekend ahead. What does the universe want us to know about this beautiful weekend ahead. Two of Wands. Interesting. We've got the Nine of Swords. Okay. The Strength. And the World. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Things are lighting up. We're getting our mojo back. We're feeling inspired. We're feeling like we want to move, maybe go on a little trip, go on a hike. This is a good weekend, I feel like, to do something that you haven't done in a while to get the energy really moving. Start to plan ahead again, start to look forward. There can be positive news having to do with business ventures, long-term goals, planning ahead. It's interesting that we've got this Nine of Swords. This card has a lot to do with unnecessary fear and doubt. So we want to let go of that. Okay, we're letting go of that. We're not bringing that into this weekend. And if you're feeling like, there's parts of you that don't want to be in joy, that don't want to be in enjoyment, that don't want to get the energy moving, do something different right away. Okay, so for me personally, I've talked about this before on my channel, but throughout my life, I've had like anxiety attacks. And it's really weird because for me personally, it like comes and goes in these waves. And knock on wood, I haven't had a full-blown panic attack in like 4 years, I think. Having Ocean and Shia, my cats, being around my husband Jens has definitely helped a lot. Living in the countryside has helped a lot. But what I've noticed when I used to get these really intense panic attacks is you need to move your body. You need to do something. You need to get out of whatever the routine is, whatever the pattern is, whatever the motion is. You need to shift the energy. Okay. So if you've been like stuck, I'm hearing Spirit say, if you've been stuck, if you've been in this pattern of worry, I'm hearing self-doubt, not believing in yourself, stress. A lot of this is actually unnecessary. And it's time to move the energy forward through physical exercise, doing something different this weekend from what you would normally do will be very helpful. And the Strength card, guys, we have two major arcana cards. Strength is about connecting to the strength within. We are stronger than we know, and we are having strength regained also with the astrology. I mean, you can't make this shit up. It totally lines up with what I've been talking about. And the World card. Interesting, because this is like accomplishment, perfection, the ending of a cycle, positive turning of the wheel. I'm feeling like too with this card again, positive news, success, success, and positive energy. We've come full circle. So this feels like a really good weekend, rather. We don't want to be in this. Okay, we want to step out of unnecessary fear and doubt and be in the enjoyment of what this weekend has to offer us. Yay. And by the way, I didn't even say yet, happy American Thanksgiving, happy belated American Thanksgiving. I hope all my American friends out there had a great Thanksgiving. So yeah. And again, you guys, just a reminder that over at the Scorpling Shop, link is below, we have our Black Friday sale happening, 30% off site-wide. And the 30% off discount code is automatically applied at checkout. All our Moldavite crystal jewelry. We've even got the Astro Crystal kits back in stock. So if you'd like to give the gift of Christie's, this is a really great sale to maybe buy some presents for a loved one, buy some presents for yourself as well. And my 2026 astrology webinar is coming up next week. And the 10% off discount code will only be valid until end of day Sunday Eastern time. So you got 2 more days to use the code 2026 to get 10% off my annual live webinar. Oh, cool. We've got Netherlands in the house. Hello, Netherlands. And yeah, full details on the webinar is on my website, megmoonbeam.com. Okay, everybody, I am wishing you a absolutely magical weekend ahead. I hope you have fun, enjoyment, pleasure, feel the fire coming back. And I will see you all on Monday for our next daily astrology horoscope for Monday and Tuesday. And going to try my best on Sunday to put out my full moon in Gemini video for the collective and all signs. We're going to have a full moon in Gemini on December 4th. Love you all very, very much. Please remember to like this video, subscribe, leave a comment below to help with the channel's growth, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.